Hey guys, welcome to Happy Coding for Everyone channel. What will you learn from this video? Class, constructors, inheritance, method chaining, and more. Let's start coding. We will learn classes in JavaScript. Classes are helping us type code according to object-oriented rules. Object-oriented means just about not using the same methods or functions again and again in our code. It means we will type less code and will have more functionality. We will create methods in classes and call the class in our code whenever we need it. Methods are just functions associated with the object. We can think classes sort of a blueprint. We can describe a particular object in a non-specific way. For example, a class that describes a student would have an email property, and every object would have that property. We define those properties in class for students, but we do not say what email account belongs to student because that is specific to each individual instance of the class. So when we create a new instance of this class, we are creating a new student object. We pass to the class a parameter which is the email of the student. We can create student object using student class. All of the object is going to have same properties, but all values is going to be different. We will send parameters to assign new values for each property. We will create an example class with username, email, status with two methods which are login and logout. Let's start to our first class. We need to use class keyword for it. Then we need to type name of the class. You can assign any name you want. Class, let's say student, and curly brace. We use capital letter while starting name of the class as you see. At the moment we have an empty class. Now we need to create properties and methods in the class. Let's start it. We have to create constructive function in our class first. It is going to construct our object or create them. Constructor function is going to be responsible for creating any new student object. We need to type constructor and barak. It is a function. As I said earlier, we will run the function whenever we want to create a new student object. Then curly brace. Let's create our first object. Let new student equal new. This is another keyword and helping us to create a new empty student object. Student. This is name of the class. As I mentioned earlier, we will use some properties such as username, email, and status. We will pass the value of them inside the that barracks. I'll show it to you in a couple of minutes. So now we need to create our properties. We are going to use this keyword in constructor. This and our first property is going to be username and equal not a specific value. Let's say username 1 or something like this because we want to run that class name dynamically. So we want to assign different values when we created new object. So this username must be equal a parameter. Let's say username and semicolon. So that parameter is going to come from here. So we need to add that parameter here too. And let's create our second parameter, this email and equal email and semicolon, and we need to pass that parameter from here too. By the way, you can assign any name you want, but this parameter name must be matched with that parameters. And let's add the other one, this status equal status and semicolon. Let me copy and add here. So we are sending three parameters in our constructor function. So it means I am going to send that values from here when I created another new student object. Let's add our parameters here. Let me make it wider for you guys. And first parameter is going to be username of the student. Let's say username 1 and comma, and second one email 1 at student.com. Let me get it down to see it properly. Another comma and our last parameter, let's say active. Let's display that object on our console log new student and semicolon. Let's save it and have a look at it. You see guys, we have created our first object. We can create as much as we want. Let me copy that one and paste it here. Let's say new student 2 and 2 and 2, and let's copy that one too and paste it, and new student 2. Let's save it and have a look at it. You see guys, we have two objects and each of them has same properties but different values. So we have type less code to create different objects. We don't have to create all objects independently. If we did, we would have to type lots of code than this one. We call it object-oriented programming style. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching it. See you in the next video.